Hello, I'm Alyssa, and today I'm bringing you my January 2018 favorites. I'm putting this in one video, and we're going to see how it goes. It's going to be the same in February, so if you hate this style of favorites video, I'm sorry. I'm not really sorry because I do what I want. But this is going to be jam-packed with movies and TV shows, so hold on to your butts. I'm not going to jibber jabber too much, so let's get into the movies. If you'd like to see the movies I don't mention in my favorites, either follow me on Letterboxd where you can see ahead of time what I watch, what I rate things, etc. Or check out my blog, alycatgeekery.com, where you can read written review roundups of all the movies I watched and see the ratings and all that great jazz. But here are my favorites that I watched during the month of January. The first one up is The Florida Project. I wasn't a huge fan of Sean Baker's previous film Tangerine, but I really enjoyed The Florida Project. Willem Dafoe totally deserved the Oscar nomination he got. He is so amazing in this film. And just the performances from the child actors and the story itself was so heartbreaking, but it also had an essence of hope. And just seeing how close they were to Disney World, they're living in a situation that is totally not Disney-like at all, but the kids are making their own world up and they don't see the hardships that they're faced with. It's a wonderful film. I highly recommend you check it out. And it's totally worth it just for Willem Dafoe alone, to be honest. The next one up is a movie that went under the radar and bombed at the box office, but it's actually really good, and that is American Made. This stars Tom Cruise and one of my favorite underrated actors, Donald Gleason. And this is based on the true story of Barry Seal, who became a smuggler for the CIA. It's really fun, action-packed. Again, Tom Cruise is charismatic as always. Donald Gleason is amazing. Definitely check this out if you want an action-packed, funny film that also utilizes some unique aspects. The next film up is Brawl in Cell Block 99. This is a very disturbing film and is not for the weak of heart or squeamish. But this is an amazing, amazing film. Vince Vaughn gives one of the best performances I've ever seen him give. S. Craig Zahler is proving himself to be a fantastic director. And this is a very gritty and grimy film. It covers really, really fucked up topics. But if you like that kind of film, if you like watching very dark movies, and you want to see Vince Vaughn just be terrifying, check out Brawl in Cell Block 99 if you can stomach it, because it is a fantastic film. It's just not for everyone. I also really, really loved Battle of the Sexes. Again, this is based on the true story of Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs and their infamous tennis match, but this also chronicles Billie Jean King's life as she is preparing for the match. It explores her sexuality, and it's done very well. Emma Stone and Steve Carell are fantastic. The supporting cast is amazing. The directors who previously directed Little Miss Sunshine know how to inject humor, but also include serious topics and deal with those serious topics in a very respectful way. This was a treat to watch. I'm kind of surprised it didn't garner any Oscar attention, but it's very well done. I highly recommend you see it if you haven't. And I had such a good time watching it. Another film I'm surprised didn't garner a lot of awards attention is Molly's Game. This is Aaron Sorkin's directorial debut and stars Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba. And again, based on the true story of Molly Bloom, who became a poker princess, and she catered to Hollywood elite, the mob, and it's just such a fantastic story. The dialogue is superb, as per usual with Sorkin's work, and I love the cinematography. The DP was a woman, and she doesn't sexualize Jessica Chastain, which I really appreciated. And I thought it was a very fascinating film. It was really well done, really informative, and again, the performances, you can't go wrong with Jessica Chastain and Idris Elba. Is worth a watch. The next movie, I was actually very, very thoroughly surprised that I enjoyed it as much as I did, but that is Paddington. I expected this to be a very cute, kind of twee kiddie movie, but it does actually deal with some heavier topics, but in a lighthearted manner, and Ben Whishaw as Paddington is adorable. I love Hugh Bonneville. The supporting cast with Sally Hawkins, Nicole Kidman, and Peter Capaldi were fantastic. The effects work was really good, and I cannot wait to see the sequel now because Paddington was just such a delight. It's like a marmalade sandwich, even though I've never had a marmalade sandwich, but I imagine that a marmalade sandwich would taste like what Paddington left me feeling like, warm and fuzzy and good on the inside. Another movie that is really fucked up but I loved was The Killing of a Sacred Deer. I adored Yorgos Lanthimos' previous film The Lobster, and this one again stars Colin Farrell but also stars Nicole Kidman and Barry Keoghan. And this is a very difficult movie to talk about without spoiling, but it is very disturbing. It leaves you questioning a lot of things. and it's very awkward, but it works. And it leaves you feeling icky, but it also provokes thought, and I think it's just a wonderful film. Again, it's not going to be for everyone. Some people are going to hate this movie, but if you really enjoy arty kind of films, if you like dark, disturbing films, check out The Killing of a Sacred Deer. The next movie is Dina, which is a documentary about a woman named Dina and her fiance Scott, who both have autism, and it chronicles their journey as they prepare to get married. It shows their daily lives. It's really eye-opening, and it's very respectful of both Dina and Scott. I laughed, I cried a little bit, I sympathized with both Dina and Scott, and I think it's a very well done documentary that not a lot of people are talking about, that I feel like more people should watch because it's so informative, and you really get to see into the lives of these two people, and you get to see how difficult life has been for them and what their relationship is like, and it's just really, really eye-opening. I also really enjoyed Polytechnique. This is a film by Denis Villeneuve, and this is based on the real-life Montreal massacre of 1989 at Polytechnique. And this is shot in completely black and white, which really adds to the film. I do think this movie is a little too short. I feel like it could have been fleshed out a little bit more to add a little more to the story, but I think Denis did such a fantastic job portraying this really grisly account of how this man went to this school and killed these women because he thought they were feminists, but they were actually just studying to become engineers. The cast were great, and it is a very short film. It's only 77 minutes long, which again, I feel like it could have been longer. I would have enjoyed it being longer because I was so invested in the film and the story itself and learning about what happened. But it's such a good film, and if you're a fan of Denis Villeneuve, I definitely recommend Polytechnique. And the last film, woohoo! I want to mention is I, Tonya. I freaking love this movie. There are a lot of true story movies in this favorites, but this is based on Tonya Harding. It does focus on the Nancy Kerrigan incident, but that is a very small portion of this movie. This chronicles Tonya's life living with her mother, who is very abusive and cold to her daughter because she didn't know how else to raise her. It focuses on her relationship with her boyfriend, who then becomes her husband, Jeff Gillooly. And Margot Robbie is fantastic as Tonya Harding. Totally deserves the Oscar nomination she got. But also Allison Janney and Sebastian Stan were great. I loved how this film was kind of mockumentary style. I love Craig Gillespie as a director. And I think this is a really well done movie. And if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's funny, it's heartbreaking, it's eye-opening. It's so good. Now let's move on to the plethora of TV shows I really, really loved this month. First one up is Black Mirror Season 4. I've been a fan of this show since the first season, and for the most part I enjoyed every episode of Season 4. There were one or two that were hit or miss for me, but most of them I really enjoyed. I will say my favorites of this season, though, were USS Callister, Archangel, and Hang the DJ. But if you don't know what Black Mirror is about, it's about how technology affects our lives. It's kind of like a modern age Twilight Zone, and it really focuses on how technology could impact our future in a very terrifying way. The next show is Black Lightning. This is another entry into the CW superhero canon, and it's a very, very good series so far. I'm 3 episodes in. I'm really enjoying it. I'm enjoying learning more about Black Lightning, who is a character that doesn't get mentioned a lot. He didn't have a spotlight put on him really beforehand, and I feel like more people are going to learn about him now with this show. I think the whole cast is incredible. I like that they're exploring heavy topics with this show already, and I think it's off to a good start. I'm also really enjoying the assassination of Gianni Versace, American Crime Story, which is the latest addition to Ryan Murphy's American Crime Story anthology series. And of course, this is focusing on the assassination of the famed designer Gianni Versace. It probably sounds weird with me saying it, but that's how you are supposed to pronounce his name. I'm a huge fan of fashion. I'm really invested in this story, and I love Darren Criss as Andrew Cunanan, and he is a powerhouse. I've been a fan of Darren Criss for a very long time now, and he is showing his range in this show. He is just mwah! Love him, love him, love him. But also Edgar Ramirez is fantastic as Gianni. Penelope Cruz as Donatella Versace is fantastic. Ricky Martin's great. Just everything about the show is so good so far, and I am just a huge Ryan Murphy fangirl. So I'm loving American Crime Story. I'm not saying the subtitle of it again. Another show I really love that's kind of fucked up is The End of the Fucking World. And I'm so happy I can say that. I'm so happy that there's a TV show that has the word fucking in the title. Oh my gosh. So great. So great. It's only an 8-episode long series. Each episode's about 20 minutes. And it's about this boy named James and this girl named Alyssa, which always throws me off. Every time I watched the show, every time they called her Alyssa, I was like, what, huh? It's so good, so funny. It's very dark, but I really enjoyed it, and I really hope there's a season 2 because I need a season 2. And the last show I want to mention is Philip K. Dick's Electric Dreams. This is going to inevitably be compared to Black Mirror because they're very similar, but this is not getting as much attention as Black Mirror is, which is a shame. Is it as good as Black Mirror? Not yet, but this is only its first season and it's really strong. I really loved pretty much every episode of Electric Dreams. Again, there were a couple that were iffy, but for the most part this was a fantastic series. Each episode's different. It's an anthology. It has amazing actors in this. There's Anna Paquin, Bryan Cranston, Juno Temple, Vera Farmiga, Terrence Howard. I'm just trying to think of all the amazing actors and actresses. There are so many in this series, and there are some fantastic directors that direct these episodes. The special effects work is great. Again, the show focuses on technology and how it could impact us in the future negatively. And I highly recommend you watch this if you're a fan of Black Mirror, or if you're a fan of Philip K. Dick's short stories, which I have not read, so I cannot tell you if these episodes are accurate, but I would highly recommend it because it's really, really good. Also, quickly, since this is the end of the favorites video, I do want to give a couple of Patreon shout outs. First up to Justin J. Chipman and to The Right Gamers for donating. You guys are amazing and thank you so much. I'm so glad you enjoyed the show and like my weirdness and all that great jazz. You do not have to donate to my Patreon, but if you'd like to, the link is down below. It's really going to help me because my channel is getting kicked off monetization, which I do not make videos for money. I'm just putting that out there. I make videos because I love to make videos. I love interacting with you guys. I love talking about geeky shit. But everything does help, whether that's supporting me through Patreon or just sharing my videos or commenting or liking or subscribing. Everything helps, and I just wanted to say thank you to Justin and The Right Gamers for their donations because it means the world to me. It really does. You guys are amazing, and I'm working on your thank you notes. I know I'm really far behind. I'm sorry. Please forgive me, but you are amazing. So that's it for this favorites video. Let me know what your favorites were in the month of January down below in the comment box. If you liked the video, leave a like. Make sure to share the video so my channel can grow. Also, if you'd like to subscribe and you haven't already, hit the subscribe button along with the notification bell so you'll always be alerted whenever I upload a new video. If you'd like to follow me on social media sites, all those are linked in the description box. I love you guys. Thank you so much for watching. You're always my favorites. Peace and kisses. Bye!